Hi everyone, this is Anvita from Your First Nature and this is our journey to a life closer to nature. If you are anything like me, then you probably consider your plants as your family members. Like we vow to take care of our family members in sickness and in health, just like that, some plants have been there with us for years and we cannot even think of getting rid of them or parting from them. But unfortunately, unlike our family members, our plants cannot really board a flight, right? And in today's world, it's not really unusual to have to move from one location to another location. So if we have to move from our current residence to another place, it can be very difficult for our plants. So when we have to move, what do we do with our plants? Do we have to leave them there? Do we have to take them with us? And if we do want to take them with us, how exactly do we do it? In today's episode, I'm going to talk about exactly that. I lost some of my favorite plants, but I saved many. So I'm doing this episode so that none of you have to go through that and you can learn from my mistakes. As you may already know, 2 months back, I moved from Mumbai to a rural location in Tamil Nadu. It was a 1400 kilometers journey, which wasn't easy for any of my plants. Some things I did right and some things I did not. So everything that I'm going to share today is coming from learning through experience. There are many things to consider before moving with your plants. For example, how many plants do you really have? How big are they? How far are you moving? What is the season? And many more. If you have only a handful of plants, it may be much easier for you. But if you are anything like me who had probably 200 or 300 plants, it can be quite a stressful job. The first tip that I have for you is to check what all plants you have. You may have some plants which are very common, may be available everywhere that you go. And maybe some plants are your treasured possessions, and some plants are so old and have been with you so long that you have some emotional attachment to them. So the first thing that I would suggest is to segregate your plants. If there are plants which are easily available and you don't even have that much of emotional attachment to any of them, then I would sincerely suggest you consider giving them away to some of your friends who probably will take care of your plants just as much as you do. Because whatever care you take, your plants are going to get damaged to some extent. So if you can give it to your friends who you trust, then that is the best solution for the plant and your friend. The next is, if the plants are too big, they may be very difficult to move. So again, I would suggest that you sincerely consider giving them away to a friend. Another thing to consider is how far you are moving your plants. If it's closer within the same city, then it's probably much easier because you can personally supervise the move and you can make sure that your plants don't get damaged. Also, the season when you are moving makes a lot of difference. The moving vehicles are generally made of metal. So if it is summer season and if it is very, very hot, then your plants will get dry very, very quickly and the leaves will get damaged. A similar thing can happen in very cold climate also. So even if the time of movement may not be flexible for many of us, I would strongly suggest that you try for spring or fall. When the temperature is milder, it's not too hot or too cold. The next tip I have is to make sure that your plants are in best health when they start the shifting. So for that, what I did was 3-4 months before moving, I moved all my plants to a brighter location. Since they were getting much more light, they started growing much more vigorously. Also, when I moved, that was the beginning of summer. In winter, growth slows down. But when spring comes or summer comes, then again your plants start growing. To make sure my plants are in best health, another thing I did was 2 weeks before moving, I fertilized them properly. The next step is pruning. Even if we think that pruning means we are hurting our plant, but it actually goes in the opposite way. Because for many plants, pruning is a way to make them grow. Like all my philodendrons, pothos and monsteras, I pruned them 2-3 weeks before I moved. So when I reached here, that was the time when they started growing from the node below the cut. Because of that, even if my older plant got damaged, the new growth survived and I could save my plant. Also, you may consider giving those cuttings to some of your friends as insurance. Just in case your plant does not make it, at least the cutting is still there with your friend who is taking care of that cutting and growing it. So you can again take another cutting from that once it grows a little bit. So now I'm coming to the actual shifting part. The first tip that I have there is to choose your packers and movers wisely. Most of the packers and movers, even if they are very famous and they have a big name in the market, they may not be that experienced in moving plants and they may not even care enough for your plants. So choose a packers and movers who will give you assurance that they will take care of your plants. Packers and movers generally have different ways to shift your stuff. One is they will send your stuff in a shared vehicle. Now, if you are sending in that way, it may take days or even weeks to reach the final destination. By that time, your plants will be dead. So I strongly recommend that you take a dedicated vehicle just for yourself, and if it is at all possible in your budget, take a separate vehicle just for your plants. Now coming to the day of the packing. Water your plants thoroughly on the day of the packing. If you are moving long distance, then you have to take special care because some of your plants need watering daily, and when they are in transit for days, there will be nobody to water your plants. So the plants that don't need daily watering have the maximum chance of surviving the shifting. But if you still want to try to move the plants that need more water, I would suggest you put some wet sphagnum moss or wet paper on top of the soil and seal it so the moisture stays inside the soil. If possible, personally supervise the loading activity to make sure that the heavy and big objects are not kept near your plants, which can fall over and damage your plant. If possible, try to take big sturdy boxes and put the plants inside of them so that the plants stay much more secure. Even after taking so many measures, don't expect all your plants to reach safely. Some of your plants will get damaged, so be prepared mentally. If you have watched our Regenerating Power of Nature video, you may have seen that many of my plants got damaged, but many of them came back. So now I'm going to tell you what to do after they reach your new destination. The most obvious thing is to make sure that your plants are unloaded carefully. But even if they look totally damaged and completely dead to you, I would strongly suggest that you don't get rid of them right away. Put them in a corner where they will not get knocked over in all the chaos. Water them thoroughly again after unloading, and keep them out of sun for a few days. The next thing that you can do to control the damage is to cut the damaged part, prune them or propagate them. Check the roots. If the roots are healthy, there is a high possibility that they will come back. Plants that have bulb inside the soil generally come back even if all the foliage is damaged. You can also fertilize them after a few days, and the best thing that you can do is give them time. Nature is amazing. If it is given enough time, it can show its magic. I hope these tips help you move your plants safely with minimum amount of damage. Please let us know what you think about our videos, and if you have any feedback or tips, don't forget to leave a comment. Also, please don't forget to like our videos and subscribe to this channel. We really appreciate all your support. I will see you again next week with more gardening or nature related topic. Until then, take care. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.